is ended, and we can stop the infernal tootling of the arpeggiator of the Pro 3. What a lot of noise. Good evening, and welcome to Jamming in Jimjams with me, your host, Jason GetJervis. Cheers. If you're in the UK, you're probably swamped in something other than reverb. You're probably swamped in sticky, moist heat, for the humidity is somewhat too much. Yes, probes. I was channeling my inner Jawobble. A J-wobble, if you will. If you will. My goodness. Good evening. It's Sunday. We managed to get through the weekend. It happened quickly. It started. I worked yesterday and I didn't really get home until 7. So there you go. There's that. And I'm back into work tomorrow. But this is the ramped end of my working here at an educational establishment. So it'll gently sort of walk into summer holidays, and I'll still work, but it'll be a lot calmer. But this week is insane. Anyway, how are all of you? How have your weekends been? What have you been up to? Have you been in the UK? Have you been abroad? Are you abroad? Are you abroad? But you would be home, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be abroad to you if you were living in another country. That would be your country. I'm living in another country to you. Imagine that. We're all living on the planet Earth, and we're all human. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. And we love. And we play music. And sometimes we don't play music. And that's okay too. Sometimes it's better to not play music than to play music badly. And to stress yourself out over thinking, I can't do music anymore. You can. You literally can. You just need to take a breather, reduce the cortisol with a nice, cool glass of iced tea with tangerine and a moustache to dip into it. I'll tell you what, this is the best cool drink for summer. Forget your Coke, forget your iced pop, forget your squash. It's full of nastiness. Get a couple of tea bags in a jug, a couple of spoons of sugar. You have to sweeten it. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then, oh my goodness, just add a slice of whatever fruit you like, because you don't need much. Leave it to steep for overnight in the fridge, if you can. And the next day you'll be surprised at how delicious that is. Anyway, let's have a quick look at who's in the chat. Starting doesn't mean to go on, I guess. Waffling like a good one. So I'll go backwards, forwards, and sideways, because that's what I do. Who have we got? Cressy, how you doing? I'm glad you enjoyed the bass, by the way. I thought you might when I picked it. I thought, do you know what? This tune, I started messing around with it a little earlier. Actually, was it last night? I mean, it might have been last night. I just thought it has to have bass. So a lot of my hands and knees kind of fiddling were just under the table trying to get my bass sort of DI box plugged in so I can actually make it sound good, because a bass DI sounds awful. You have to have something between the bass guitar and your mixer. An amp, preferably, but I don't have a bass amp. Certainly no room for one. Anyway, excuse me, the Wookiee. Not all humans are here, at least two furry creatures and a Mycenae. Ooh. Well, yes. Well, you are always welcome, and you know that. It is a constant given that you, the Wookiee, are here, and we are thankful for it. James Dyson, Cornish, Steve and Sam are both in the chat to moderate your behaviour, so calm down. No, don't calm down. Oh my gosh. Andy, hope you well. Hope you're enjoying your little sojourn from streaming. I did miss you. I didn't have time to miss you Saturday because I was in work at 8. That's wrong on a Saturday, but there you go. But anyway, yeah. Steve, can you find a link to Andy's Bandcamp page? Because I want to champion his music, and I want to encourage you all to go and purchase some of his fine work whilst he is taking a break, so you can enjoy his music whilst he takes a break, and you don't need to take a break from his music. There you go. You don't need to take a break from his music because it's available on Bandcamp. Anyway, the Doommonger, how you doing? Biscuit here, as always. I've got some biscuits on my plate, and I'm rather slowly melting shroomies Shroomies. There's not shrooms in these. Oh my gosh, this is going to get messy. Shroomies homemade. Oh my god, Rocky Road. Rocky Road with coconut and Biscoff. Amazing combination. Go Wales. Yeah, absolutely go Wales. Hey, I sing. Unbelievable buzzy noises. Yeah, sorry. It is exactly. Do you know what? It's because I was jamming last night and I left those two on unplugged because I was annoyed. So I apologise for the USB noise. Hopefully it was part of the vibe, you know, buzzy, until it wasn't. Yeah, so I had to plug them in. Damn it. Hey, probes, Tempraboto, Crazy Wabbit. And who else is in the chat? Uncle Chrome, Dr. Synth, hey Manny, Marky, thank you very much, sir. And yeah, I'm gonna butcher this, but Yukor Egu. Hello and welcome to you. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Any questions on the way in? Did I miss anything? Hey, the panda. Yes. So any questions you have, fuck you. Proceed. It's a little joke. Somebody said, why 4 Qs? Well, if you say it out loud, like I just did, it sounds like a rude word. So it's my sense of humor. My silly sense of humor. So there we go. Hey, Biscuit. Hey, Lamar. How you doing? Oh, man, I was so ready for popcorn night, and I just couldn't stay awake. I have to say to the entire cast and crew of the Bishop Sutton Theatre Company, my apologies for not attending the award ceremony for Tudo, which was today because I was gonna go. I'm so exhausted, so I had a lovely chat with Jörg Schaff because I've been talking about him so much recently that I had to reach out and say, come on, let's have a chat. We haven't spoken for ages. He's a dear friend. So we had a lovely chat this morning, and my sugars dropped so low. It was like 2.2 or something, and that's happened quite a lot recently. So my diabetes is not, and it might be the heat. It's more likely the amount of activity that I'm doing. I'm on a pump and it's a closed loop system, so it should regulate, but it doesn't always. So I'm looking forward to things calming the hell down next week. Anyway, I had a horrible hypo, so I dealt with that. I have no idea what time it was at this point. And then after my food, I sort of put telly on. I fell asleep for what felt like hours, and it could have been hours. And when I woke up, it was like 4:30, and it's like, oh no, I've missed it. It started at 2. So my apologies to you, Nick, for hosting what looked like an amazing get together as well, and pizza and puddings and good stuff. Damn it. So yeah, but I feel refreshed for the afternoon snooze, but I haven't finished the chores. I got up and I had such a list of things to do today, and I don't know if you ever get this where you have to kind of wait for the chore fairy to sprinkle that magic dust that actually gives you the impetus to do the chores that you need to do. That happened today. Before I spoke to Jörg, I did my room, and it's like, wow. So when I go to my bedroom now, it's like to actually sleep. It'll be like, yeah, but I didn't do much else of the other things. Anyway, you know, that's what we do, isn't it? We kind of get through life. Life is to be gotten through, and we get through it whichever way we want. Pyramid stage. Oh, this is our very own pyramid stage. Absolutely. I don't think Glastonbury will have anything as psychedelic and as hypnotic and as kind of like trippy as that going on. I could have gone for more, but I didn't know where to go. I mean, I do know where to go. Anyway, proper jamming in Jimjams, Cressy says, and absolutely right. Thank you, Tempraboto. Throwing stuff around the studio, he's a rebel. Do you know what that was? You saw that then? That was... I moved some pedals around. I've got my top shelf, right? And because I'm really getting into the keyboard, it's rocking the whole thing. You see it moving, right? It somehow wobbled the top shelf and wobbling the top shelf threw the dark night off. There are no plates left to eat off. Bass guitar, make, etc. Excuse me. The bass guitar is a 1983 Tokai TSB-80. I think, which was a jazz neck, and of course Tokai renowned for making the best Fender replicas in history, up until I don't know whoever makes them now, but Fender make their own replicas, don't they? Oh, that was rude. If you're a guitar player, hopefully you're laughing, but it's true. The custom shop is dedicated to making replicas of Fenders. Anyway, I still want one. I still want one. That was going to be my 50th present, but I bought the much cheaper, hugely much cheaper PV, which I absolutely adore. So, you know, I don't need a Fender. I've got that beautiful thing which sounds like nothing else. I don't want to sound like anyone else. I never do. And nor should you wish to emulate others. You can be influenced and take that influence. I feel like I'm a little bit. Yeah, I am. Off center. Or am I? No. Oh, no, yeah, I am off center. This is really tricky. Trying to get this, I think I've almost got it, but I still can't see the Jomox, and that disturbs me. I want to see the Jomox. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, we got a cat. We got Tom. Welcome, Tom. Tom, you get a treat. Come on. All right, this is good, guys. This bodes well. Here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I've just ordered them some new dried food because they just don't want it. They just don't want the food they've got. I think I might have to pick up some interim treats tomorrow. Come on. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We've got to leave half of this for the fat one if he turns up. If he doesn't by the end, then you can have this. All right? He's not having that. He's not like, ugh. That's Jackson's favourite. It's not Tom's. Tom, there's some on the floor. Hey, buddy. Can you actually see him? You can't see him, can you? Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Watch out for the chocolate goodies. Here they are. Let's have a look at the what's on the table today. Look at that. So the Rocky Road, I mean, is instead of using butter, we used coconut oil and Biscoff instead of digestives. And it just turns out to be such a delicious recipe. I say we, it's Shroomies. Shroomy did it. She had the recipe. I didn't interfere. I was busy making my digestives for cheese, which you can be seen here with a hearty slice of... Oh, look at that, guys. We got a full house of cats. A full house of cats. Let me just close the door so that he can't... Neither can escape. There we go. See, they just need a little time, don't they? Jackson's camera's not exactly the... Hello, Jackson. Hello, Jackson. Marky's going to be very pleased that you turned up. Here, Alan. Right, let's... So, yeah. So we decided that... Oh, hello. Come on, then. Yeah, it's not so easy for you to climb on the table with the microphone over there, is it? Oh, keyboard's off. Oh, not off enough. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. You're not even seeing this, are you? He's walking all over the keyboard. He's doing his thing. Here. Hey. You're the one who's complaining about the dried food most. Here, have this. You see, you walk straight past it. Do you not want it? Don't just stand there licking your lips. You have to eat it if you want it. That's how treats work. And I also like the fact that I'm tiny. Why is my little thing? I thought I'd saved that the other day, and I'm tiny in the corner. Look at the tiny Jason in the corner. But the cats are both on their respective... No. Jackson's just going to sit on the table. Tom is, of course, on Tom's podium. And he is... Let's have a look at Tom, shall we? Look at what's behind Tom. He's had an upgrade. We're still fiddling with the studio. Hopefully you can see that he's in cream corner, and that's, well, silver and cream. We've got the sequencer there, the AS500 from Analog Solutions. We've got the S5000. There's 5 series coming in there, and we've got the Stylophone theremin. I can speak, but let's just make my corner bigger, shall we? Should we just do that? Position, size. Is that big enough? Oh, it's tiny still. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how these things... I had it set up perfectly the other day, and I don't know why it's moved. There we go. One day... I say this every week. One day we're going to have like a professional setup with graphics and everything, and it'll blow your minds. You'll be like, who's this guy? Why is he on my screen? Where's Jason? Bring back the chaos. Chaos will always reign supreme, no matter how many graphics we put on the screen. Biscuit, you are welcome, and thank you, however it comes. Wet and warm, as my mum would say, for a cup of tea. But she doesn't mean that. If you serve my mum a subpar cup of tea, God damn you, she wouldn't be happy. There's a woman who knows what she wants. So you can keep your Hefner or Hofner on bass. We have JerVis on Tokai. That's right indeed, Uncle Chrome. I didn't get back to the beginning, but I think I got close enough. Let's get back to the future. Hey, George G's. Those are lovely. The S6000. Oh, do you know what? I wanted an X6000 because I thought, you'd have that, the front comes off, doesn't it? And you have that little extinction. Hey, Aussie Boy 64. Thinking of pressing the button for a Pro 3. Any advice, people? Now is the time to buy it. They weren't a very big selling synth. I am seriously falling back in love with mine. It's been a while. And, no, you can't see Jackson. That is rubbish. What is going on? Oh, can we? There we go. We can get both cats in. Oh, how about, yeah? Yeah, I was thinking about it. Over the week, I've been thinking about it since I got this thing out, because obviously it's a big synth, and I've got the SE, which is great because it is super sexy. Oh, here he goes. Sorry guys, just gonna stop there. There he goes. There he is, spitting bullets. There's Jackson, spitting bullets in the sky. Who's selling what? 600 quid and a kiss, Panda. What? Who's buying what? So, Steve, I'm sure you could. But, she taught me to make a good cup of tea, and I've been making a cup of tea since I was 6. In fact, Eric Clapton liked my tea so much he wanted 2 slices, which is a true story. I made Eric Clapton cups of tea in a rehearsal situation. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. And also had a girl chat with Santana. But anyway, right. Let's just stop that noise. Right. Are we good now? What's this little dangly bit? I don't want that in frame. I blame you. Nobody knows what it's like to be Jackson. Oh, anyway, there he is. He's so blissed, isn't he? He's like, wait for this. He came and sat with me last night. Sorry, I digress. Hey, Tanith, yeah, hey, he does love that. He absolutely loves it. It's what he wants. Oh, but he wants it all the time. So, sorry. Who was asking the question? So, hey, Oliver Bone, how you doing? Your greyhound hates synth, or okay, that's not a good look. So, cats and synths go really well together. So somebody asked you a question about that. I've lost your name now, so I do apologise. You're thinking of So let's talk about the Aussie Boy, right? Aussie Boy 64. It's Dave Smith's last monosynth. All right, let that sink in a minute. He designed this to be the best he could design. All right, much like I suppose. The Voyager was Bob's last synth, right? You think about the Voyager and what that's worth now. I think the Pro 3, was it, how many were made? Is it something that's gonna be as collectible as a Voyager? I don't know. But it's the last synth he made. Now, obviously, what is going on? I can hear something warbling in the background. It's kind of distracting. It's a CS15. Now it's plugged in. It just wants to be heard. And who can blame it? It's a beautiful sounding synth. Let's put back onto the wide shot. Sorry. I am in the middle now, yeah? Don't put baby in the corner. Put him in the middle. So I think, whilst it's not... I don't think it was as popular. I mean, Christ, it came out just before COVID, right? Oh, my back. Sorry. I leaned back. Oh, I think I have, Whilst it's for whatever reason, I don't think it sold in the quantities that it should have. Honestly, I don't think many people. And I've watched some of the. There's not a lot of content, or there's some really rubbish content, which is low rent stuff. And then there's JX3P, who JX3P. Can't believe I called him that. J3PO, JX3P. Oh my goodness. And he did a little thing. This is why I started playing with the sequencer today, because I watched his official sequential guide to the sequencer and the arpeggiator, and it's like yeah, Manny, it's been on the desk for 3 consecutive weeks. So we've done oscillators and filter first week on World of Synths, of course. That's so if you're interested to come back on Aussie Boy on a Wednesday, I do World of Synths. This is a bit more just jamming and playing. It's just a bit chill, and it's just a bit of a hang, really. Whereas Wednesday we try and focus on a topic. So this week we did the envelopes. I think I'm going to keep it on the desk again, and I'm going to do 3 World of Synths. So oscillators and filters within the first week. Second week was envelopes, and this week I think we're going to do the sequencer, because I think it's, if you've got 4. Well, I went from 1, which is, hang on, I will do this without just triggering everything. Oh, hello. What have you done to it? Oh, what? Did I mute it? I think I muted it. Oh, to me, that's Steve Hillage. I think I've recreated a lot of the music we talked about last week. We talked about Steve Hillage, we talked about Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I haven't yet listened to Stranglers to see how the influences of, I thought it might be a bit of a short one, but I'll have a listen to, seeing where punk gets its roots from, and having had a conversation with Steve Diggle from Buzzcocks about prog backstage at Croppedy 2009, and being completely surprised that he said, I love prog. Oh, this is a punk band. This is one of the coolest punk bands as well, Buzzcocks. I love Magazine as well, and that's a offshoot. But those kind of like post-punk bands, I think, prefer. But you love the Buzzcocks. Anyway, that whole point of having these musicians in punk bands who were loving prog. How can you? And as a as a musician, if you listen to something that's in there. Now, I'm not deliberately trying to sound like Jar Wobble with the bass, but it's that dub sound. And it's dub. And I lived in St Paul's when I first moved to Bristol. And there was, I think what happened for me was that I was infused with the soul of dub, because my bedroom, in a hot day like today, I'd have to have the window open. There was a dub club, like more or less opposite where I lived. So that was... It was just my body soaked in the dub. So I think more dub and reggae than hip hop, but I go that way a little bit too. It's it's the way it is. I've got the chat off, so I can't go on. Is the Moog still the Doctor Synth Hospital? It's in my bedroom. It's basically it's an ornament now until it can go somewhere. So, yeah, I've shot on both sides. Emerson stabbing his keyboard is pretty punk. Yes, Temperobotta. And do you know what? I did look for something at the beginning of this jam to hold a key on my CS15, because there's no hold function, right? Anyway, Gong was Gong. Oh, yeah. So, good man. Yeah, so I think if you won't be disappointed. There are things that its third oscillator is brilliant, and it can sound very convincingly analog. But it's beautiful because it's not analog, and that's where the interesting things come in. It's very clean and very rich. You can dirty it up with the overdrive, but I would have liked to spend more time with that patch to get a bit more grit out of it. And when I brought I think I had my effects the wrong way around. I had the delay first, followed by the flanger, and I think it should have been the other way around. I think the effects are super clean. And that's not a bad thing, but I don't know. I think a guitar pedal would be better. When you've got something clean and pristine and beautiful. Oh, he's gone again. Look, you've got to see this, guys. Oh, hang on. Oh, I can't. You have to move. Jackson, you have to move. Will you move? Angry Chinese lion. There he is. All right, dude. Yeah, I think both of them are just fine. Oh, look at Tom. Look at that. It's just flat out. Oh, Tom had a massive tick on his face the other day. I had to sort of stop and pull it out before work, and it's just in that little recess by the ear, you know, just in front of the ear. So it's really, you know, oh, he's such a brave boy. He's like, yeah, go on then, take it out. Take it out. Yeah, go on. It doesn't hurt. Literally such a man. We like that. Tom's, you know, whereas Jackson's a bit of a queen. I think, definitely, aren't you, mate? Oh, don't. If I get him wet, he cries like a baby. You know, when we had to sort of, we had to wash him. It was horrendous. Anyway. Plectrum is good for a hold. I think I made something bigger. Hey, Spongy! Kent Spong in the chat. Hello. Hey, Brett Lemmings, how are you doing? Yeah, so, Smelly Poo Bum, the angry Chinese lying. Yeah, I see. And he can't get it in my face today, which I'm quite pleased about, actually. Anyway, I'm going to have a nice mouthful of my iced tea with tangerine flavourings. What are you drinking? I feel I need to wash my hands before imbibing any of that lovely food that I've got here. So James Dyson, oh yeah, sorry, I've had that question. What was on your cup of wine? It's tea. I'm teetotal, so I drink iced tea. Wrexham Lager. Now, Wrexham is the town where I went to school, and it was a local. It's a city now, but it's North Wales. And when we used to go, I met Gaz Williams at college in Wrexham, and we used to walk to the music shop to see Paul Sturman, who still runs a music shop. One of a dying breed, right? Music shops aren't what they used to be. And we used to run back and forth, and we would smell Wrexham Lager, which at that time was owned by Hoff or Skoll or whatever. So you'd have Skoll. It was a rubbish lager, but they've rebranded themselves now, and I don't know why I've gone South Wales. I'm going to go North Wales. I've got North Wales accent, you know, they've got it proper now in the middle of Wrexham, and it's a little brewery. I've gone South Wales again, sorry. So Steve says his local music shop has been manned by Roger. It hasn't been rogered by man. That'd be a different thing, wouldn't it?
Oh, I do feel queer.
As we all should, more often than not. Hey Simon, how you doing? Yes. Why are you not watching my pub? Is your pub on now? What are you doing? You lunatic. He's telling people. He's come into the chat to tell people off for being here. I love that. Oh, Kent, I love you, man. Brilliant. Hey, Azzy ahead. Right. So, what am I drinking? I thought you'd never ask. A variety of other substances. Oh my God, I can't even say what that is. Our Shizuki sparkling sake. Sake. I love a bit of sake, but I don't drink anymore, obviously. And I'm not particularly enjoying it. No, sake's, it's not meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be thrown down the back of your throat in a little saucer. Double live. Am I double live? Would I be? That's not. It kept telling me that there was something weird going on with the stream, so that's probably true. Gosh, am I really? Ooh. I see. So you are. So the pub's live. Be in the pub after. Yeah. Well, I'll pop in as well. Oh, I'm so hot. I need to cool down. Before. Oh, it's a long day in work tomorrow as well. Long day. The school production is happening tomorrow, so I'll be in school until 10 p.m. That's like a 14-hour day. And I got to start the day moving subs and PA that I dumped thinking they'd be safe, and then somebody else moved them, put them somewhere where they're not going to be welcome. Anyway, hopefully they might not be there, but I think they will be. No one's gonna have done that for me. You know, I'm an army of one. So, yeah. So, should we talk about the jam? Do a little tear down. So, yeah. So, having watched JX3P's, I'm gonna keep doing that now. If ever I meet him, I'm gonna call him JX3P. J3PO, who is a superb sound designer, and we've all played his sounds. We've all played with his sounds. We've had his bass out. Had a good old go at that. We've had it. We had a little tickle of his tines. He does a nice electric piano. Hey, Synth Samurai, what's up, bud? Good to see you. Oh, do you know what? My moustache is so thick and so ridiculous. I'm not waxing it enough. It's going up my nose. It's huge. Look at it, voluminous. It's as big as my nose. Look at that. And it has at the point now. I actually look German with it. I look like Wilhelm or perhaps Manfred, which is not a bad thing to look for. Yeah, with the hair as well. This is what we're doing. You know. Yeah, thanks, man. It's all good. Hey, Lamar, what's up? Latest. The Kaiser. Yeah, I could be a Kaiser chief. There were some bands, weren't there? I think that was the era. The Kaiser Chiefs, are they touring? Or Kasabian? Who? They sound like from Manchester, from America. I don't get Kasabian. I saw them live briefly. Anyway, we are digressing. So, having watched JX3P's, I'm sorry, J3P. If you're watching this, I love you. I watched his little demonstration of how to use the sequencer. So I thought, well, you know, it makes sense to sort of build the synth up into a three-parter, right? 3 is a magic number. So, I just bloody love this. Flash Gordon, exactly what I was thinking. That's what I mean. It's got that, and that's not even on the Oberheim. It's not even the SEM state variable filter. Later, I like to play with things a while. Before annihilation. This is the bit where he's torturing the Dale, isn't it? Yeah, viral beats, absolutely. And again, for me, that's a happy place. Anything that gets me in the Flash Gordon mode. God, such a great film. So camp. I love it. The Prussian helmet euphemism. Is Prussian helmet a euphemism? Maybe. Right. Gordon's live. Forget it, Ming. Dale's with me. That's the bit, isn't it? See, it's just there, isn't it? Bloody gorgeous. Right. Anyway, now I've wrecked the sound. How am I going to get back from that? How am I going to get back from that? Right. So we wanted to do the oh, hello. Wobbly wobbly. Oh, that's gonna. Oh, for goodness sake! I didn't press anything. It's doing it itself. Oh, what? He just left, and I went, "What?" He went, "Meow." I tell you what, he's got a sense of humour, that cat. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully, can you see that? It looks really underexposed. Let's get that. Oh, maybe it is underexposed. I think maybe. Oh dear. Oh, it's because it's. Oh, anyway, stop down for the Wednesday stream. Right, let's stop this immediately. Stop it. Stop it. Right, so the sequence. And again, it's almost Orby, isn't it? kind of 90s vibe to it. Jackson the Merciless, he would be, wouldn't he? Hey, Hans Volts, what up? So, I mean, again, I said this the other day. The envelopes are phenomenal. You can do so much with them. Yeah, I know, Hans Volts, one of the only available in the wild. People don't seem to show theirs. It's almost like a sort of a badge of shame. Oh yeah, don't show my Pro 3. I've got this Moog Messenger though. Don't buy that. Buy one of these. I'm sure, because they've been out 5 years, right? You should be able to buy one of these. You know, smash the Moog Messenger to pieces. Destroy it. Kill that synth. Anyway, right. So the idea was that's it's not even sounding anything like it was when I started. I only had one oscillator going. So I'd start with that. I mean, that's nothing, is it? But I wanted a plucky sound, and I wanted to then create the rhythm with delay. Because that's an extremely Orb thing to do. Boring, dun, 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 arpeggiator really, but obviously it's a sequence. And then later on, I introduced the phaser, but it just makes it sound so clean. But I mean, I didn't. And then I've got yeah, it is. It's not. Manny's just pointed out that he agrees that this is a better synth. But if you can find, and I think they are out there, a second-hand Pro 3 for about $900, which I think is what they're going for. That's worth more money. That's worth more of your money than the Messenger. Now the Messenger at $700. It's not comparing apples to apples, is it? And I think that's not fair to say for me to say that, because obviously it's not going to be that. But I mean, what would you compare this to, Moog wise? Don't know. It's better than all of them. Subsequent 37 probably. Wee-wee's all over that, and that's not even as expensive either. But maybe it is. I haven't seen that yet, Sam. The review Robbie did. I started, and I just, like I say, I've been so stacked this week. I've been trying to sort of get chores done as well as anything else. Anyway, so that was that, and then because you can change the sequence, it's got 4 parts, so 4 sequences. Again, it's still very Orby. Again, no more Steve Hillage, right? Oh well, okay, so Steve's put some second-hand prices for $1,179. That's more than you were. I'm sure it's gone up. Yeah, and you've got patch. Yeah, you've got a sequencer, so you're getting more synth, and there's CV and gate, which I promise you, I will use this with, whilst I've still got it, the Fowls box. You see, it's there. It looks like it's the right way up now, doesn't it? It's not. It's upside down. So I can't. I was going to plug in, and I haven't got time to sort the. Anyway, I digress. And of course, the Orb and Steve Hillage. I mean, Steve Hillage was on. Was it on the first album, or was it on UF Orb, or was it on both? I think also. Dave Gilmour's done stuff early and later. I think Steve Hillage was on the first 2 albums, actually, if I'm honest. So that kind of Maquette Girardi kind of sequence. What's the song on Starfish Rising. Anyway, Rainbow Dome music's not this fast. Anyway, you know. So we had that going, and I thought, well, let's build up. And because I'd finally got the. Do you know what? Where's Kent? It's another in the repair pile. This wouldn't come on, and I think 9-volt 1 amp. It's not exactly a heavy draw. I wonder if I can power this with a. I just want to do one thing before we continue. So anyway, so instead of oh, hello. Dark Matter. So this is a TC Electronic, not one of the ones. This is just before Behringer bought them. So anyway, but yeah, good overdrive, which is still available from the Music Tribe. Right, 9 volts. So let's see. If I tell you what, do you know what, this is one of those things that constantly brings me joy. Oh, that's right, I've lost the little loop thing. Where's that gone? The fact that I don't have to rummage in a massive box full of big power supplies to find a 9-volt one. I've got this beautiful bag which has all my volt stuff in it, and it's just so easy. The step ups are in a different box because that's my Motos. Oh no, it's just the power supply's broken. Well, that's good. That's one less for Kent to worry about. Oh, yeah, it's definitely working. You see. Anyway, that wasn't working. So what I've done is I've plugged the CS15 into the Yamaha SPX50D, which I don't know if I've ever seen one of those other than one I bought. I had an SPX90, and I saw countless SPX90 Mark II, but this little beauty has distortion. So let's. Can I bypass? Oh. Oh. Yeah, of course the button doesn't light up. So, right, where is it now? Oh. Do you know, having spent time to get at least half of this rig fully operational, it is just with deep joy that I jam now. That makes sense? Very Emerson indeed. Oh, the Rev 50 is a quality thing. Did you take Quad FX, Panda? Yes, that's a good one as well. Lexicon MPX 100. It was the sort of entry-level MPX that they did. It wasn't expensive, but, you know, it's like anything else. These things they're not... I don't know. Actually, there was a time when they were practically free. Jameson. It's Alesis. No, who's what? Alesis? Oh, sorry, Lexicon. Yeah, Lexicon MPX 1000, MPX 100. I had the bigger brother. I had the 500, which was a beast, and I sold that to Jack Besant of Reef, someone I have not seen in a very long time. Anyway. Yes, back to the 70s. Always. I live there. So 70s and 90s. I kind of miss the 80s. Unless it's some of the guitar stuff, which I kind of do that a little bit. Anyway, whew, crikey, I am hot. I've turned the aircon off. Robbie 2.0. He's still in the chat. The Death Star. Welcome to the Death Star. How did you miss the 80s, lol? I was there. I didn't miss it. I just didn't want to remember it. Couldn't wait to get out of the 80s. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Some people... I think my best decades were definitely afterwards. And I think every decade since has been... I think school. I don't know. I enjoyed school, but couldn't wait to grow up, I suppose. Anyway, there we go. That's the thought of the day. Yes. Oh, which reminds me. Let's try the Shropshire Blue biscuit with chili. Right, okay, look at that. Look at that. Okay, do we need to get extra super close up? Just the digestive quality of that. Let's get at it. Look. Oh, hang on. Look. You've never seen a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. So that's what I'm going to put in my mouth in one go. You ready? Mmm. Mmm. Cheese has started to melt. It's very hot. Oh. The creaminess of the Shropshire Blue. Sublime. Mixed with that bite of the chili and that beautiful crispy underside of homemade spelt. Yes, indeed. Digestive. So good. That was a recipe. Of course, the biscuit recipe is from the 1978 classic Cooking with Delia Smith's Cookery Course, which is just the best. No, biscuit. I had a chili plant. I had a Scotch bonnet chili plant, and it came back from the dead. And I went, great. I then forgot about it, and I went in today, and it looks very sad. It looks very dried. I think it's dead. So no. Oh, yeah, it's really spicy tempura butter. I don't mess around with chilies. No point in having a chili unless it's going to burn your face off. My mouth now is numb. I can't actually talk. We have to have a little bit of this. Oh, I love it. It just hit the back of my throat like a fine cigar. Iced tea. I swear. You all need this. Party Street. So anyway. So we're coming to the end, I think. Yeah, how long have we been jamming? About an hour and 15. I kind of, it feels like the natural sort of thing. And yeah, no, Doctor, no, Manny, your Rev 7 is on. That's melted. Okay, so let's finish the biscuits off. That absolutely melted, which doesn't bode well for it tastes good though. For a packed lunch treat, I've got Tom. He's like, can I have some of that? No, he's gone too. Are you going to try and fit through the port? He's so fat. He's so fat. He got through. I'm very tempted to put the aircon on. It's so noisy. Anyway, yeah. And then the usual stuff with just finishing off my story about the jam, because I'm doing that thing I often do when I get sidetracked. 2 slices of lime and ice. It has caffeine. Well, you do realise there are caffeine-free tea bags. Or you could just buy caffeine-free loose tea. But, taking out of my diet all of the nasty stuff, my intolerances to things has dropped massively. So it's as simple as that. Stop seed oils, first of all, which might sound like a simple thing, but it's not, because it's in everything. Palm oil, all those industrially processed oils, because palm oil is apparently red naturally and extremely spicy, which to my mind sounds great. I'd like some natural palm oil, but not the stuff that's then processed so heavily to remove that flavour, and then is used in things like chocolate. I don't want palm oil in my chocolate. I want cream, rather than, anyway, you know. We could go on about this subject because I am passionate about it, but hence the baking, right? So, yeah, that's what I would suggest to anyone who has any sort of slight food intolerances or gastric issues. You know, actually, everybody needs to do this anyway. It's not easy because anything that's got a wrapper around it is likely to be full of nasty stuff, you know, because it needs to be kept on a shelf. I'm not going to get too deeply down the rabbit hole of how food is grown, so I tend to try and buy organic stuff. I wish they need to rebrand organic as just normal and everything else as chemically treated. So do you want this chemically treated carrots or some naturally grown carrots? You know, that's what we need to do. Get back to that. Or grow your own, which is something I would love to do. But as you just heard from my chili, not great. Anyway. Right. So Manny's so the SY77, which is a phenomenal synth. One of the first synths I fell back in love with synthesis with was the SY55, which a friend of mine loaned whilst I was early days for me. So what did I have? Probably my Poly 800 and that. Or did I have the Korg Micro Preset? Because that was a weird little synth. Anyway. Well, I'm glad you did, Manny. I mean, it can't be that hard to get it in there. I'm surprised it wasn't just you, yeah. Get it in there. Zoom. I've got an old Zoom and the Lexicon. Jason has just, Simon, they're great. I mean, there's an algorithm on that, which is, actually, I read a review. There's a couple of algorithms on it that are just perfect. Anyway. Well, thank you for watching this evening. We'll play out, I think, a little bit, and I don't know how long the jam will be because I got into it. I think everything's melting. I think my wax in my ears melting. My legs are melting. Oh, no. I think my ears are melting. They are. Oh, my goodness. My tongue's melting. That's just the chili, all right. The synths, thankfully, are not melting, but maybe the sound off them. And then a bit of whatever was on the modular and some stuff, some groovy stuff on the circuits. And I think sometimes that's a good thing. So I think if we start this with the fast arpeggiator. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Thank you. If you're a lurking gherkin, thank you for watching in the background. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you don't already do so. Hit that bell notification so that we can be known when we are live. And we're live on every Wednesday and Sunday with silliness encouraged.
Well, don't just stand there, man. Get it out. Get it out.
Things like that. And music and cats and cake. Right. Cheers, y'all. Be good to yourselves. Always. And be good to each other. Always. And I'll see you in the next one. That is good. Right. Let the jamming commence. I might put this back on and do something a bit more exciting with the voice. Trapped in a cave. Oh, nothing's happening. Over the past few years, down Willow on High. Okay, changed. Ha ha ha!